My name is Zaki. I will share my screen so it will be easier to explain what we're doing here today. Can anyone nod if you can see the screen, please? Just so I'm sure you can see the screen.
Hi, Zaki. Yes, we can see the screen.
Okay, that's perfect. So welcome to the TourINN-Act Open Innovation Seminar. My name is Zaki. I work as Chief Innovation Officer for Iceberg Plus. This event is taking place within a project funded through a COSME program that is called TourINN-Act. And the first thing I want to do is introduce ourselves. We are a consortium of 6 partners from 5 countries. I put them in the order in which they appear on all official communications. So the first partner is Iceberg Plus, which is my parent company, and we are the coordinators of this project. We are from Brașov, Romania. The second partner is Kino from Greece. The third partner is Up Project from Spain. The fourth partner is Joe Consulting from Italy, really close to where they filmed the second season of White Lotus, right? The fifth partner is Euro from Cyprus, and the sixth partner is all of what I think is the most beautiful city in Romania, Brașov. That being said, let's talk a bit about the project. The main aim of this project of TourINN-Act is to enhance and promote the uptake of digital technologies and of innovation by tourism SMEs. And this may sound as an abstract aim for a project, but I think it will be a bit more clear after we explain why we're doing this. So the moment the European Commission decided they wanted to support the tourism sector was in the year 2021. So we were in the year 2020. So we were in the pandemic at the time, and a really important need for the tourism sector as a whole back then was to find ways in which to become more resilient, to be able to accommodate guests despite the social distancing measures. And while today we could say that, well, tourism doesn't really have a problem anymore because COVID is gone, there's 2 things here. Actually, COVID is not done, and this I can tell you from my own practice. I work in a hospital as well. And the second thing is that even though COVID may be gone, any sector right now is facing a huge challenge because of the whole geopolitical energy situation, the banks going away, etc. So our aim remains valid, indifferent of what the cause for the challenges for the tourism SMEs might be. So what we're trying to do is to come up with education, to come up with collaboration, and to financially support up at least 60 tourism SMEs from the 5 countries that are part of this project in order to uptake digitalization and innovation. Okay. This is what we're going to do today. The yellow thing is, so this is the agenda, basically. I'm just going to go through it really fast. Right now, we're doing a project introduction, which I'm going to finish in about 2 or 3 minutes. We start at 35. After that, we will talk about the main deliverables that we have created so far, which are really important to better understand the project itself and the partners. We're talking about the TourINN-Act roadmap, the open call for providers, and the catalog of digital solutions. These will be presented by Kino and Joe Consulting. Then we have a crisp 30 minutes with Up Project talking about more technical issues. We created a digital platform for tourism SMEs where they can do matchmaking with providers. They have access to educational content, and through which you as tourism SMEs will be able to benefit from the financial support and from all our resources. Then another half an hour will be dedicated to the actual open call for SMEs, which is, let's say, the cherry on top of everything we're doing, the actual financial support that we're giving to tourism SMEs. We have 600,000 euros to give for the adoption of digital and innovative and sustainable technologies. And these will be presented by Joe Consulting and Up Project. And in the end, our partners from Cyprus, Euro Success, We'll speak about the final purpose and the impact, the learnings that we aim to get from this project and from you, the tourism SMEs. I'm just going to run you through how this project went so far and what we're doing next, just so you have a general timeline. My colleagues, my partners will go further into the details so you have a good understanding. So we started this project in November of 2021. Until May, so for quite some time, we did, of course, we set up the consortium, etc. But then we did an in-depth need analysis with actual tourism SMEs from all the 5 countries. There were tens upon tens of tourism SMEs that we interviewed, that we talked to, that we did workshops to better understand what challenges they're facing today. Then we started looking at best practices. We started looking at examples of resilience, examples that are that were created, that were done by the leaders in the tourism sector, and how they adapted, how they overcame their challenges, especially through innovative and sustainable solution. So we made this roadmap. Then understanding the best solutions and the best practices, we launched an open call for providers. So we just went out there and said, look, if you're a technology provider, if you're a solution and an innovation provider whose innovation is applicable in the tourism sector, please apply. We have 40-something providers. We have tens upon tens of solutions that are ready for you, that you can use in your tourism SME. And this, of course, will happen through matchmaking. After judging all the providers, we created a catalog of solutions and a step-by-step guide for the implementation of these solutions. And now we are here. Our partners from Up Project finalized the TourINN-Act platform, where all the interactions will be taking place, right? And we launched the open call for tourism SMEs. This is my last slide, I promise. This is about what will happen next. So today we're talking about the open call for tourism SMEs. We're going to be talking about matchmaking. This open call is open until the month of May. Then we will announce the winners during summer, and you will begin the implementation of your project funded with up to 10,000 euros from October 2023 for 1 year. We'll have a workshop in the end where we will try to learn, all of us from each other, us from you, you from us, you from other SMEs, everyone from the providers from their customers, etc., and the European Commission from all of us. And then hopefully, and I say this with a lot of confidence, the project will end in November 2024. That's it from me. I hope it was helpful. I hope you understand what we're going to be talking about today, and I wish you the best of luck.
Okay, hi everyone. Let me share my screen. So can you see my screen?
Yes.
Perfect. Thank you for joining us today. I'm Anastasia Sakula, innovation consultant at Kino Innovation Intermediaries. Kino is a consulting firm and acting as intermediary between entrepreneurs, industry, and universities. We're open innovation facilitators, and we are supporting SMEs through innovation support services, technology transfer and commercialization, entrepreneurial capacity building, etc. Today, I will present you how we got here so far. As you know, tourism is one of the key sectors for the countries of reference: Romania, Greece, Spain, Italy, and Cyprus, contributing to the country's economies. And tourism SMEs are struggling for the survival due to many challenges that they have to face. So with TourINN-Act project, we aim to enhance, promote uptake of digitalization, as Zaki said. And to do so far, I will present you the methodological framework, the main tourism policies, trends, and mega trends that we identified through our research, SMEs challenges and needs, the pillars and the categories of identified solutions, the TourINN-Act roadmap, the open call for providers, with support of Geo Consulting, the catalog of innovative digital and sustainable solutions, and the step-by-step guide. So, how we got here. We studied the tourism sector, the economic landscape of each country, the innovation ecosystem, the startups, the SMEs, the trends, policies, and challenges of SMEs in the tourism sector. Then we developed the TourINN-Act roadmap in order to establish the TourINN-Act approach and the whole method that will support the tourism SMEs. We launched the open call for solution providers to select the best solutions and providers for our project database, which is the TourINN-Act catalog. And then we developed the step-by-step guide for the adoption of tourism innovation by SMEs. Now, with regards to tourism, to main tourism policies, each country has developed their own policies, also affected by EU main policies and regulations. We identified that the common priorities and goals are for its countries to develop high-quality infrastructures, to boosting the competitiveness and employment of the tourism sector, to promote the application of sustainable practices in tourism, the upgrading of tourism product and the sector with new technologies and digital means, and reduce the gap in access of rural and disconnected regions. With regards to trends and megatrends, the adoption of digital technologies and digital transformation, as well as sustainable practices, are among the top trends of the sector. In addition, the customization of tourism services based on new categories of tourists and travelers is also one of the trends of the tourism sector for the next few years. The security and management of crisis, suitable regulations and policies should be developed in order to face with health crisis or climate changes and other political issues events. And finally, the digital nomads, a new category of tourism that combines work and leisure. From all our research, we identified the tourism SMEs' main challenges. Many of the countries of the consortium have dealt with the financial crisis during the past years. Also now, COVID-19 pandemic adds more challenges for tourism SMEs, high competition, the tourism preferences, also the big reservation platforms, the emergence of new business models in tourism, and the adjustment to new digital and sustainable era. This emerged new needs for the tourism SMEs. They have the need to have easier access to financial support and funding tools and instruments, training in different topics such as innovative technologies, entrepreneurship, product promotion, marketing, digitalization, and management. Need for cooperation with the four helix actors like academia, industry, and society for knowledge and know-how exchange. The upgrade of tourism product in order to improve the services and engage more customers. The digital transformation and sustainability to transition to support the processes and decrease costs. And also the need for new policies and simplify bureaucracy. And thus, we also, I said before, facing COVID-19 crisis with new policies and enhancing safety and guests safe. Now, the whole project is based on the 5 pillars of the World Tourism Organization that aims to support tourism and scale-up innovation in the sector, which are socioeconomic measures, competitiveness and resilience, innovation and digitalization, sustainability and green growth, and coordination and partnership. Based on these 5 pillars, we identified some categories of innovative digital and sustainable solutions. That was the basis, let's say, of the open call for providers, which are digital architecture, technologies and innovations, online marketing and promotion, technology for smart governance and e-businesses, advisory services, coaching and technical support, smart sustainable tourism products, technology for mitigation of COVID-19 pandemic, training for employees, technology for regional cooperation, and e-commerce services. This was the base of the open call for providers and was the concept of the whole project. Now, with regards to the TourINN-Act roadmap, which summarizes all the activities of the TourINN-Act, starting from the open call for providers and ending to the 600,000 euros that will be granted to SMEs. I will explain the roadmap in the few next slides. So we started with open call for providers in September 2022, where we launched a call to identify solutions and best practices and consolidate all the results to the TourINN-Act catalog that will support you in the open call for SMEs process, and have a pool of potential solutions that could support the uptake of digitalization of tourism SMEs. We had 64 applications with 119 solutions, and our catalog has, and based on a pre-selection process, we identified the 90 best solutions, and 41 from Italy, 8 from Romania, 20 from Spain, 16 from Greece, and 5 from Cyprus. In our online catalog, you can find information about the solution name, the category, the description of services, the cost range, the time plan, and the services that its provider offers you. Now we have the Open Innovation Seminar today, and during the next months, along with the open call for SMEs, we have the match that you can communicate with your the providers and exchange on how you can implement these solutions. As I said, the open call for SMEs targeting accommodation travel intermediaries companies are open until the 15th of May, which will be the basis for granting the SMEs. After everyone selects the solution and the selection process and evaluation is ended, the implementation phase will start on September 23, and for a year you have to apply digital innovations to the SMEs. And then we're finalizing the process with a financial report when a 600,000 voucher will be funded to tourism SMEs, minimum amount of 5,000 and maximum of 10,000. And for all this process, we have developed the step-by-step guide for the adoption of tourism innovation, starting from the idea generation until the process, until the monitoring process and consequences. The first phase, as I told you, is about the recognition of the problem and the idea generation. We continue with the screening and refining ideas, exploring opportunities. Then the phase 3 includes the design, development, and testing of the solution. Then we approve and launch the initiative, doing transition activities, and then we monitor and report the results. The guide will be available during the next week in the TourINN-Act platform. Also includes useful tools and templates and methodologies in order to adopt open innovation and some best practices of tourism SMEs that have already explored digital sustainable solutions and are identified as best practices for the sector. That's all for me. Thank you. I will give the floor to Joe Consulting to say us some more words about the open call for providers.
Yes. Hi, everyone. I'm going to share the screen. Here. Can you see it?
Yes, we can see it.
Yes.
Okay. So my name is Julia. I work for Joe Consulting, which is based in Catania, Italy. And Joe Consulting is a business consultancy entity, enterprise. And well, it is specialized on business plan, entrepreneurship, and European projects. So right now I'm going to spend a few words on the open call for providers, which my colleague Anastasia has already explained. So the purpose of the call was to find and bring together the most suitable and feasible solution for tourism SMEs. And in order to do that, we decided to, to conduct a desk research, as Anastasia already mentioned, and in order to identify the needs of tourism SMEs and to develop, from these needs, we identified and established the categories which we can consider necessary in order to improve and enhance the performance of tourism SMEs. Digital architecture. So we're talking about the foundation, the softwares, digital infrastructures, basically, to be used from tourism SMEs in order to better organize their workload. Also, digital technologies and innovation. So we're going to talk about the solutions which enhance and improve the quality of services of these tourism SMEs. Then we have the technology for marketing and promotion in order to enhance and enhance the online sales and improve the online sales channels of the tourism SMEs. We have also the technology for smart governance and e-business, along with technology for prevention and mitigation of COVID-19, smart and sustainable tourism products, so in order to make the tourism SMEs greener. And we have also the e-commerce services in order to implement for some tourism SMEs, it will be a new feature, but for some others, it could actually bring some improvements. Also, in order to increase their income. And we have advisory services, coaching and technical support, which is also related to training services for employees with the purpose of increasing and acquiring new skills on digitalization, on how to use digital features and technologies. And then we have technology for regional cooperation, because we understood that cooperation among multiple actors at local and national and international level is very, an upgrade for tourism SMEs. So I wanted also to highlight the evaluation criteria used in order to establish the ranked list of providers, which can be found in the platform. So among the criteria, we had the impact of their solutions, the solutions they presented through an application form. We're talking about the positive impact that their solution could bring to the tourism SMEs. So we're talking about, for example, the ability to improve the employees' digital skills and knowledge of sustainability and sustainability principles. Also, the ability to support the implementation of smart governance actions, business digitization, online marketing, and so on, which are, of course, these impact and these examples are strictly correlated to the categories I've already mentioned before. Then we have the argumentation. So we're talking about the reliability of the solution, which must be functional and aligned to the TourINN-act vision and mission. And the viability, so the fact that that solution, the presented solution by the providers, could be implemented within 12 months, and of course within a compatible budget range. So as you already know, we provide voucher with a maximum of 10K. So it's important to stay within this budget. We also provide solutions which goes up to 15K, but it's still in a realistic budget range, also with the support of tourism SMEs, which are able and willing to add some contribution, some financial contribution. Another criterion was sustainability. So we consider the socioeconomic, cultural, and environmental impact. So, for example, the impact on local, also on local actors as well, the cooperation within it among them, and the downsizing of CO2 emissions or the downsizing of the usage of paper and so on. And another criterion was the digital solution and innovation excellence. So we're talking about the level of digitalization and the level of the innovation itself. Like when you have we have a lot of solutions, but some of them are really innovative, new softwares, new ideas itself, themselves. And then we have the cross-border capacity. So considering the capacity of a solution to be used in cross-border scenarios, like the possibility to have that solution, to implement that solution in multiple language. It was one of the examples. And well, for us, about the open call for providers was all. And I leave the floor to my colleague now.
Yes, good morning, everyone. Thanks all for attending today to this Open Innovation Seminar for the TourINN-Act project. I had a PowerPoint presentation, but I think I will skip it and go directly to the presentation of the platform because it's what we're really aiming to, right? I'm going to share my screen, just 1 second. All right. Just please let me know if you can see it.
Yes, we do.
All right. Okay, perfect. So as you have heard already from my colleagues, we have developed a platform that will be a tool to foster the interaction between the tourism SMEs and providers of digital services and sustainable practices that have been selected in the previous open call for providers from the 5 participant countries of this project, which is Spain, Italy, Cyprus, Greece, and Romania. Within the platform, the tourism SMEs will be able to find different useful tools to adopt and implement innovative services. Also, they will get to know to our list of providers and also the services that are included in the catalog of sustainable practices and digital services. And the platform will be useful also to generate interaction as well with other stakeholders for the tourism ecosystems that will be invited to join. Furthermore, the tourism SMEs also will be able to leverage from the resources that the project has developed for it, such as the step-by-step guide and also the TourINN-Act roadmap. To access to the platform, users first need to register, because going to the address platform.tourinn.eu. Also, you can access directly from the TourINN website, which is TourINN.eu, right? So for registering, it's very simple. You just click on registration. 1 second. You just click on record. Fill this little form with a username that you can select, your name, surname, email address, password, and an account type. Please, for those of you that are tourism SMEs, select the tourism SME account type, because depending on the user, you have different options within the platform, all right? So since I already have a user, I will log in with the user for this session, just for you to explain the rest of sections of the platform. Let's go back to the home page. All right. And the platform has four main tools, let's say. The first one is the e-learning section, where you will be able to find the online training course. The online training course will be available in the couple of months. We will let you know once it's already available for you, and it will be free of access for all registered users. Then you have here in the e-learning section also a webinar section where this Open Innovation Seminar will be uploaded, and also other webinars from the tourism ecosystem interesting for you will be also uploaded. And then you will find also a section which is the TourINN-Act community, which is the forum for you to interact with different participants. The second section is the catalog with digital and sustainable practices, and also the list of selected providers from the previous open call. In the catalog, you will find up to 90 services, digital services, and also digital services and sustainable practices that have been selected in the previous open call. Here in the catalog, you will be able to filter either by a country, also for category, from the list of the 10 categories that have been identified in the roadmap, including online marketing promotions, training services for employees, advisory services, digital infrastructure, technology for regional cooperation, also technology for smart governance and e-business, etc. Also, you will be able to filter for the duration of the implementation of each of the services as well, that we have services that goes from 3 to 6 months, and also services that the implementation period is from 6 to 9 months, and 9 from 12 months. In addition to this, you will be able also to filter by price, by range of price, because the services are from 3,000 and up to 15,000 euros. Remember that even though that we have services that cost the maximum 15,000, the open call only allows you to get a voucher for 10,000 euros, all right? Also, you can filter by suppliers, but one of our providers, which is, the list is quite long here because there are 44 of them, but of course, if you already know one of our providers that are included in the catalog, you can filter and see all the services that are available for them. And if you are interested in a specific services, let's just click on and see the description and also more information about it. Here you will find a detailed explanation of what the service consists of. You will find here also the name of the provider, the implementation period, which is here, also the range of price, and what who is the services addressed to, either an accommodation company or an intermediary services. In this tab, you will also find additional information like what the provider brings you respecting post-implementation service, the impact and benefits of implementing these services into your company, and also the pillars that are addressed from the Tourism World Organization. Another option that is here is the selected providers, which is the provider selected in the previous open call, where you can also see their profile, see more information about this company. And also this list is being here just to make sure that you only providers that are included in our catalog. Because in order to apply to the open call, that my colleague Julia and myself will explain how to go to the process of the open call. You will only be able to select providers and also services that are included in the catalog. Services that are not listed here or providers that are not listed here will not be eligible so far. All right. So there's also a tab for the open calls. So far, the only open call we have available is the one that addressed to tourism SMEs. Here's a summary of the open call with all the details that you need to know. And there's a toolkit or application pack at the bottom of the webpage when you can download the application form, which is a Word document template for you to, draft it before applying. Also, you have the declaration of owner that is a mandatory document to upload when applying to the open call, and a TourINN budget template for you to make it easy in order before applying with the services that you selected. and also here the registration button that will go to the application form further in the seminar. And then we have here the resource of the TourINN-Act project. As mentioned my colleague Anastasia, here is the step-by-step guide for the implementation of the digital, sustainable, and innovative services. In this section, there's a brief explanation of what this step-by-step guide consists of, and also so far there is a summarized version of it that you can access just clicking on this link. It's an English version, but in a couple of weeks we will have it in all official languages for you to access to it, and also to download the full version of the step-by-step guide. Also in this section, all the resources that will be created during the project, by the explanation of the roadmap, also the catalog, it was built during the open call for tourism for providers, will be accessible in this section as well. Okay, just go back to the home website. And so far, this is like at a glance what the platform is built and what sections are available for you. Of course, you have a search option here if you want to search for a specific service, but you don't know the name. So you just type here digital marketing. And if it's included in our catalog, you will get the results here in this screen, all right? So next topic is the matchmaking sessions that will be also taking place within the platform. For the matchmaking sessions, there will be two options so far for tourism SMEs. One of it is accessing to the TourINN-Act community, which is a forum that has been created to foster, the interaction between the tourism SME and also the provider. Here, both providers and tourism SMEs will be able to address any query, request explanation of services. Also, providers will be able to advertise their services and also provide more information that maybe is not included in the description of the solution in the catalog. And also for us, we will be monitoring all this activity and interaction among the stakeholders through the TourINN-Act community. As well, we will be also posting interesting information for you in order to be aware of the new trends of the tourism sector, trends, studies, reports from the tourism organization, and also for the tourism ecosystem, new research from universities, also news from other resources and tools from the European Commission that are addressed to the tourism SMEs will be posted and available for you here, all right? So this is like the main tool here for the interaction with the providers and also for the tourism SMEs. The other for the matchmaking is you can go directly to the digital solutions and sustainable practices catalog, which is what have been previously seen. And once you're interested in a specific services, we're using one of our filters, you can just click on one of it. Then click on the supplier. And it will send you to the profile of this provider when you could send a direct message to it to start, interacting with it, requesting more information. Also, you can request for meetings and request them to provide you with more details about how the services will be implemented, etc. Here you have the button of message, and all your message you will be able to see directly from your profile, right? If you go to your profile and your user account, you will be able here to see all the messages that you have sent and also those messages that you received from the providers. In case that you need the sum of partners of the TourINN-Act consortium intervene in one of the meetings that you booked with one of the providers, either because you are not very good at English and you need an English level for negotiation, or you want a provider that is from Italy, for instance, and you don't speak Italian and you don't feel comfortable having this meeting with him, but you are very interested and eager to acquire and get this service, you can contact us to the email address for of the consortium, and of course, we'll make sure to provide you with assistance in this, in this conversation and this negotiation with the provider. Please, for the matchmaking session, make sure that you negotiate because all the prices, implementation, etc. Because prices set in the catalog is a range of price. So the final price will be agreed between the tourism SME and the provider, okay? Once you have selected that service and that you are agree with the provider, the implementation period, and also the final price, you can purchase the service directly from here. And once you purchase it, you can, get a quotation of the service that will be used for the application for the open call. Further, in the open call application form, will explain you how you can upload and also provide this information to us in order to assess carefully your application with all the information and also the services that you have selected, and also the provider that you have selected for it. Okay. So I give the floor to my next partner, it's Julia, it's you and me again. So
Yes.
I'm sharing my screen for a while because I know that you have a PowerPoint presentation.
Yeah. Well, so can you see it?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so now we're going to talk about the open call for innovation of tourism SMEs, which is now open since the 15 of March and until 15 of May. The outline of this presentation, so what we are going to talk about. First of all, the purpose of the call, the eligibility criteria, budget and financial contribution, payment and reporting, submission process on the platform, if Ronnie thinks there's something else to add. And then we're going to talk about the evaluation criteria, the overview on proposal submissions forms, and tips on how to implement a successful innovation plan. About the purpose of the call, well, the purpose of the call is to foster the uptake of digital technologies and sustainable solutions in the tourism sector. And how are we going to do that? We're going to provide at least 60 SMEs, tourism SMEs with vouchers with a range of, with the minimum of 5K to 10K euros. To be spent on innovative activities, digital tools, and sustainable solutions. And this solution can be found as my colleagues already mentioned in the catalog, which can be found also in the platform. We would like to have a specific impact through this call, which is which regards the tourism SMEs, of course. Tourism SMEs will be more advanced and competitive, of course, in terms of digitalization, sustainability, and innovation. So we're going to have an improvement of tourism management and the tourism offer, of course. So they will be more captivating. And the second impact is to make the tourism SMEs more greener, so more sustainable, and to have new business models in tourism. Eligibility criteria. It's very important to understand if you can apply to this call. So among the eligibility criteria, we have that the tourism SMEs must be located in Italy, Spain, Greece, Romania, or Cyprus, be an SME as defined as the recommendation 361. So well, in order to understand if you belong to this category, to the SME category, you should have this characteristic that you can find in the app, well, here in this box where it's written company category. Well, you must have less than 250 employees. You have to consider your turnover or the balance sheet total. So I suggest you to really see if you belong to this category, but I think that you know, the CEO of an SME actually knows the category it belongs. Of course, another eligibility criteria is to be registered as a company for at least 1 year in the appropriate register, in your national register, and also to be registered in the following sector of activities. So you must be an accommodation or a travel agency and tour operator. An accommodation, among them we have hotels or similar accommodation, holiday and other short stay accommodation, camping grounds, recreational vehicle parks, and trailer parks. Among the travel agency and tour operator activities, so well, it's really clear. Basically, in the open call, you can find the code you should belong to, and it's all written there. It's very clear. About the eligible project activities. Well, of course, the SMEs have to apply for a voucher to implement innovative digital and sustainable solutions that falls into the TourINN-Act catalog, as I already said before. And as Anastasia also mentioned, and I also mentioned it before while talking about the open call for providers, we have some categories within which the solutions must be fall into. And among them, we have, well, the first category is the digital architecture. And while talking about digital architecture, I'm going to explain it again, because I think some people join us later. So when I speak about digital architecture, I'm referring to digital infrastructure, services, and solution that provides the foundation for an organization information technology. And well, in order to improve and connect operations along tourism value chains and ecosystems. The second category is the digital technologies and innovation, which aim to improve the quality of services. So we're talking about the services provided to guests. And we have also the third category, which is the technology for marketing and promotion, which would like to enhance or improve the online sales channels, the online sales, and to improve the performance of the online sales channels. Then we have the technology for smart governance and e-business. So we're talking about the services that enhance the services to perform key business functions, so services for business intelligence as well. We have the technology for prevention and mitigation of COVID, which is very clear. They want to all the solutions which aim to prevent and mitigate the COVID, the negative, the COVID impact on tourism SMEs, so which is one of the main sector which have been hit very hard from COVID. Then we have the smart and sustainable tourism products, services, and activities. So, well, in order to solution and practices with a sustainable impact respecting the environment, of course. We have the e-commerce services, both for B2B and B2C. And we have advisory services, coaching, and technical support. So we're talking about advisory services, body rental support services, and mentoring services. And we have the training services for employees, which aim to enhance their digital, innovative, and sustainable sustainable skills. And then we have the technology for regional cooperation, So solution for knowledge and experience sharing, cooperation with travel and tourism ecosystem, and therefore with the local actors as well. We have the, now we can talk about the budget and financial contribution. So TourINN-act is a co-funded project by the European Union, and well, under the COSME program, and it obtained 600 euros from the European Union. We are going to erogate vouchers to at least 60 SA tourism SMEs, and the voucher, the minimum value per voucher is 5K, while the maximum value for per voucher is 10K for the winning tourism SME. Only one voucher request is allowed for each SMEs, so each SMEs could get only one voucher, which can be spent for more than one digital solution and innovation practice. Because as you know, within the catalog, we have several solutions with a range, a budget range, which goes from 1K to 15K. So if you choose a solution of 3K, you can add another solution of 5K, for example, or 7K. But if you choose a solution of 15K, of course, you need to know that we are going to provide you with the maximum voucher, which is maximum 10K euros. So the rest of it, the rest of the amount should be supported and provided by the winning tourism SME. Payment and reporting, which is very relevant for us. The awarded SMEs will be requested to submit a final and financial report in order to get the voucher itself. And this final financial report needs information about the tourism SMEs, about the implemented project, and among them, as you can see from the picture, and you can find also as Annex 5 within the open call for SME. You have to describe the activities carried out with particular reference to the business processes that benefited from the facilities subject to the intervention. You have to describe the effects in terms of workplace innovation for the beneficiaries. You have to describe the development of the potential results achieved following the implementation of the intervention. And of course, you have to describe and justify any change occurred during the implementation to the initial action plan foreseen. So if you present during the submission phase an implementation project, and then you I don't know, like you find a way to be more impactful, or just you have some issues and you find other ways to reach that impact, you need to explain what kind of change has been made and what kind of solution you modified, and well, every change that you brought from the initial action plan foreseen. So the submission of a financial and final report from the SMEs for the implemented activities should not exceed the 11th September 2024, because in order to implement the solution you submitted and presented during the submission phase, you have 12 months, and this period ends during the 1st September 2024. So in order for us to check the project, the implemented project, and in order to assess its quality, we also have we need to have this final financial report. So you will have 10 calendar days to present it. Their contribution will be paid at the end of the implementation phase within 60 days after the submission of the report from the awarded SMEs. And this means that participating SMEs will have to pay the full amount of the selected solutions to the providers prior to the project financial reimbursement, in order also to show us that they actually paid and to submit an invoice of the payment, a proof of the payment, which must be also attached within the final financial report. About evaluation criteria, so we are going to have 4 criteria. We have the impact, so we're going to consider the positive impact of the solution presented by the SMEs in collaboration with the provider. So we're talking about business expansion, downsizing of costs, increasing of clients, increasing of customers' loyalty, increase in income, and so on. The viability, another criterion is the viability of the presented solution. So we're going to ask ourselves if the implementation plan is aligned with the SME's vision and future goals. And also if the SMEs has the resources in terms of staff, also in terms of financially speaking. So if the SMEs has the necessary resources to implement such solutions. Another criterion is the digital solution and innovation excellence. So we're going to consider the innovation capacity and the level of digitalization. This is also a criterion used during the open call for providers, which is because it's very relevant for us to understand what kind of innovation we're going to bring to the tourism SME. And then we have the sustainability. So we're going to ask ourselves if the solution has a socioeconomic and environmental impact on the tourism SMEs and at a local level. So we're talking about the CO2 emission reduction, spillover of benefits at the local level, sourcing raw materials locally, waste reduction, recycling processes, circular economy and reuse, change in mindset and lifestyle. It's really important for us also to let you know the minimum points that you should reach. For each criterion, you have to reach a minimum of 3 out of 5. And even though we have 4 criteria, so the minimum should be 12, we decided to have 13 out of 20 because we would like to have quality. We want quality, and we want that you, while submitting your application form, and the intervention you would like to implement within your tourism SME, we would like you to bear in mind that for us, quality is the most important thing. We are very careful, and you should know that. You should know that this criteria will be evaluated carefully, and we will have a first evaluation. I don't know, like if you are an SME located in Italy, the first evaluator will be a partner from that country, and then we're going to have a cross-check within the consortium, and we're going to have an ethic review as well, but an ethic review in order to establish the transparency and the fairness of the evaluation itself. Evaluation criteria, yes. So these points, how are we going to give points? We're going to provide points from 0 to 5. 0 if the proposal fails to address the criterion or cannot be judged due to the missing or incomplete information. Then we have one which corresponds to poor. So basically there are serious weaknesses. Then we have fair, point 2. When the proposal has a significant weaknesses. Then we have good, when it's okay, but so it's the presentation is good, but improvements would be necessary. 4, very good. So when the proposal and the criterion is addressed very, very well, but little improvements are still possible. And then we have excellent. So all relevant aspects of that criterion are addressed in an appropriate way. So a few things that I would like to let you know. So the application forms, the applications will be evaluated within the next 6 weeks. As already mentioned, there will be an ethic review by the TourINN-Act project ethics committee in order to assess the transparency and fairness of the evaluation. Also, the publication of the ranked list will be published on the website and on the 30 June 2023. And you will have 7 calendar days in order to sign the implementation agreement, which is one of the annex. If the SMEs does not sign the agreement, the following SMEs in the reserved list, in the ranked list, is contacted. So basically, the winning SMEs will be replaced and will lose the possibility to get the voucher. Also, each winning SME will have 12 months plus 10 calendar days to send the final and financial reports. So it will have 12 months to implement the solution, the solution presented through the submission form. And then we'll have 10 calendar days to send the final financial report in order to get actually the voucher. An overview of the application form. So we're going to have a few points. The first one is the information about the applicant. Among the information request, we have the name of the SMEs, the country, the website, the address, the sector of the SME, and a brief representation of the SMEs, along with contact, all the information about a contact person, which could be the CEO or not. Then we have the implementation plan. So we're going to ask for the challenge and the problem you actually face and how you would like to tackle it. And then we have characteristics of the intervention carried out. So we're talking about the impact, the viability, innovation, and sustainability. So basically the criteria that we're going to evaluate and assess. Then we have other annexes. So one of them is the budget, and the picture that you see here is the template that you have to fulfill. So we're going to ask, of course, the company name, the company address, legal representative, also the starting of the implementation. And there in the table, you see the solution name, because of course we need to know this is, you can see more boxes because as I already said, there's the chance to implement more solutions if you stay within the budget. And so we ask for the solution name, the provider company name, the pillar in which to which the solution actually belong, and of course a description indicates all the activities foreseen by the selected solution, and of course the duration of the implementation and the amount. Among the other annex that you actually may be asked is other documents, identity card, declaration on honor, and SME registration certificate, which need to declare to prove that you are registered in the appropriate register, actually, for at least 1 year. The declaration on honor is really relevant. It's, you know, just to let us know that you declare that you have all the rights to submit the application form, so to apply to this call, and also that you engage yourself in implementing the solution that you presented, and that you engage yourself, for example, in disseminating the results and the the expected impact once you implement the solution, and the support that you're going to receive from the European Union and from the TourINN-Act consortium. Tips on how to implement a successful innovation plan. So I suggest, we as a consortium suggest to read the open call. I know it seems very simple, but it's not really like that. Read carefully the open call. You can find every detail. You can find the criteria and you will find what we are looking for. And through the purpose of the open call, you may understand how to address and how what kind of solution you may need to implement. Also, analyze your needs and then choose the most impactful solution, not just the greatest solution that in your idea that you find in the catalog, but choose the most impactful solution for your own activity based on your own needs. Also, be clear during the application form, within the application form. Just be clear, be concise and effective. Use a good English, please, and structure. Just think before writing. Structure very well what you're going to implement. It's very relevant for us because we need to understand not just the solution that you would like to implement, but also that you are that you have clear ideas on how to implement such solutions. So thank you for your attention, and I leave the floor to my colleague of Eurosuccess. I'm going to...
Sorry, before Georgios, I want to just to support what you have said regarding the application form. Since we have the application form on the website, on the platform, sorry, I want just to give you a very quick brief of it again. So I'm sharing again my screen. Okay, as Julia said, please read very carefully the open call for tourism SMEs. Okay, so pay attention to all the details. Here in the platform, you will find this tab with as the summarized version of the open call, how to address it properly, how much is the budget, also the different access to the catalog, the supplier list, etc. And also the full document of the open call could be either found here in this link, the TourINN-Open Call for SMEs, and also in our website, TourINN-Act, TourINN-Act.eu. Okay. Also here you will find all the annexes mentioned by my colleague Julia, the application form for you to draft before applying directly through the online application form, the declaration of honor, and the template for the budget. Once you have all this sorted out, I mean the services, the provider, the implementation, the prices, etc., please go to the online application form here. Give us all the information requested in all the fields, the name of your SME, your VAT number, country where you are coming, etc. All the details for you to contact once we are in the evaluation process. For the sector of activity, we have put here the NACE code for you just to not get mistaken, and in order to address properly which is your sector of activity in case you don't know it. And for the rest of the information that you need to provide us as the presentation of the SME and the implementation plan, here you will have to select all those services, all the services that you want to to get with the voucher. You will see that they have a code here. Also in the catalog, you can find this code in each of the services, okay? And for the budget, it's very important that you use the TourINN-Act budget template, the one that's shown by my colleague Julia. And also you will need to get a quotation from the provider, signed by you and the provider. And also you can get another quotation here from the website, from the platform, that somehow it will let us know that you really had this interaction with the service provider, that you contact them, that you negotiate the price and the conditions for the implementation of the services. All right. So addition of the budget template, you need to provide us with these two quotations, one from extracted from the platform and the other one directly from the provider with the signature of both of you, the provider and also the tourism SME. And you will receive an email with the information that you provided in this online application form. Also, of the quotations you get from the platform, you will get your quotations from to email, and you just need to print it in a PDF and attach it here to fulfill all the fields available in the application form. Just wanted to punctualize that. Let's give the floor now to Aero Success to explain a little bit more about the rest of the activities.
Thank you, Ronnie. Thank you, Julia. Hello to everyone. Thank you for being with us today. Really appreciate it. I will just share my screen with all of you. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Yes, Jordan.
Yes.
Great. So my name is Yorgos Georgakis. I'm the representative of the Cypriot partner of the project, Eurosuccess Consulting. A firm which is established in Nicosia, the capital of Cyprus, and providing consulting, business and educational services both at the national and European level. What I am very briefly going to present you today is basically a recap of what my colleagues before me have very well and analytically presented. So we want to tell you what we basically want to create, what impact we want to investigate through our project, through our activities, for our SMEs and providers, and through which channels, methods, and activities we aim to achieve this. So first of all, the main impact we want to achieve is on our SMEs, you, the participants, who we would like you to take advantage of the project initiatives of the support scheme in which Julia just presented before, and to receive this financial support in order to adapt your needs to the various digital and smart solutions which are there available in the market. To be able, the SMEs, to get a broader vision of the new competitive factors, tools and mechanisms in order to develop or transfer good practices among yourselves and through other EU countries in order to be able to improve your technologies, the offer of services towards your clientele. And last but not least, of course, to foster and to support the transnational cooperation among the SMEs, the businesses, and other public stakeholders, both at your countries internally, but also at EU level. So this is one of the main aims of our project, the impact and the transnational cooperation to be achieved at the end of our activities. Now, moving on to the providers, we aim to establish at least 60 cross-sectoral partnerships. These partnerships to be benefited financially, of course, through this collaboration, through this effective collaboration, to create opportunities for further cooperation in the future, of course. Have always in mind that the main aim of EU is through the projects to create the synergies for effective sustainability of what has been promoted and what has been implemented in the projects that it is being funding, and of course to support our European firms to promote, to advert their services within their countries, but also into other EU countries. Here, just to mention that a provider who is in position to offer their services not only to their local market, but also at other EU countries who are collaborating and participating into the project can do so. So, for example, an Italian partner can also provider can also provide their services to a Cypriot tourism SME in case the two parties have came into an agreement. So how do we achieve this? We achieve this through various channels which aim to ensure the high visibility of the project through the various deliverables and activities which have been mentioned by my colleagues. We aim to raise awareness on the importance of the digital innovation for the SMEs to maximize the impact of our project, promoting our results, to increase the visibility of the project and the target groups through our countries, but also at the EU level, to promote the expansion of the digital tourism ecosystem, and of course to support, as I said before, the sustainability of our activities, allowing them to be adopted effectively into also other sectors and target groups in the future. We do this from the very start of the project through various tools and channels, such as the project website, our social media channels, other promotional materials such as the project leaflet, fact sheets, which we use and we complete among the outputs and the activities which are being implemented, project newsletters, and media releases. These are just some indicative list of tools and channels which we use. And last but not least, I would like to mention that in the project we aim in the following months to organize and implement peer learning workshops among the participants, among the parties involved in each country, both providers and tourism SMEs, where they will be undertaking different kind of training seminars as regards to digital innovation, sustainable solutions, and tourism subjects. It will be a combination of training, mentoring, coaching, a valuable support for our stakeholders, and of course the exchange of good practices and experiences among the countries which are being participating into our project. So this is from my side, and I think with my presentation we are concluding the information aspect of the seminar. I am sure that you have a lot of questions and queries. Just to mention that despite of the various channels and dissemination material we use in the project for your information, you can always contact your national partner for any support and any questions you may have. Thank you very much.
Also, if you have some questions right now, it's the time for you to do them, to make them. And I'm reading the chat. And as regards Antonio Guaitini, I'm going to contact you this afternoon, and we will try to fix the problem. I'm going to contact you, and we will talk about it with this issue. If somebody else has some other questions, that just make them.
Julia, there is a question from Ernesto Barlo.
Yes,
about...
yes. So Ernesto, I think it's not a problem, but I would like to check it and give you a response, an answer which I'm sure of. But I think it's not a problem.
Because this question, Julia, maybe affects also other partners, and the question of Ernesto is whether if an SME has already received an Italian, a national or European grant because of the COVID-19, if the specific organization can participate in the project.
I think I'm quite sure it's not a problem.
Yes.
Okay.
As long as the fund and grant is not aimed into the same expense or activity. It has to be a different tool, for example, not for the same expense which is being obtained to.
Also, Yorgos, Ernesto is a provider. So I think it's not really a problem at all.
For the provider, yes, but for the tourism SMEs, because we
Yes.
had such a query in Cyprus,
Sure.
if a tourism SME has obtained already a grant, but it's for a different purpose, yes, they can participate into our call.
Who is the contact person in Spain? The contact person in Spain is Ronnie Salcedo. Do you have any other comments or questions? So I think we can end this seminar. It was really a pleasure for me and for all of us to be here. So yes, the contact person in Italy is it's me. You can contact me to this email I'm writing in the chat. You're welcome. So I don't know. I think we can end this seminar. Thank you very much for being here. It was really a pleasure for all of us to have the chance to talk with you. And well, thank you, and we'll wait your applications.
Thank you all.
Thank you all for attending.
Good luck to everyone.
Good luck to everyone.
Best of luck.
Thank you. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.